So today I want to talk about something that has been annoying me pretty much ever since Jax has been announced. I think it was no, it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't remember exactly. But essentially, Jax seems like, first of all, a very bad champion. Second of all, a very boring champion. And let me explain why. First of all, the biggest problem I have with him is the fact that he is a Runeterra card. But he is a bad Runeterra card. Essentially, Riot has been butchering the idea of Runeterra champions ever since Jhin. Jhin was the only good one, and he's basically worthless. He's basically powerless because other problems unrelated. But he is the only one that executes the Runeterra idea well. And the reason for that is that the idea of Runeterra cards, you're supposed to be able to take any card from any region as long as it does a certain effect. Like with Jhin, that is skills. If a card has a skill, you can put it into your deck. But ever since all the other cards that have been announced or that have been released, all of them have very specific card pools, like Bard with Chimes and Evelynn with Husks. And it just doesn't work. And Jax is probably one of the worst offenders of this. I really feel like they put cards into other regions just for the sake of calling their champions Runeterra champions. Because you could put Bard in Targon and all the support cards in Targon, nothing would change. And Jax literally has a support card called Parts Made Whole that is a PNZ/Bilgewater card that summons a shoot 'em and follower. I think you see the problem here. Also, his origin has the same problem that Evelynn's origin has, which is that it has no passive effect. Which, just why? The passive effects usually aren't that strong, just add literally anything. Like, with Improvise, you can maybe pick between 3 weapons instead of 2. That would be interesting. But no, it's uninspired as hell. Second big problem, he's just bad. And the first point I have for this is his support cards don't support him. This is going to sound a little bit like a conspiracy theory, but I believe Riot operates on the mentality that if a card works on its own, then it can be pulled into the specific pool of cards that a Runeterra champion would have. And most of the time it works with Husks. It looks like it's going to work with Darken or clerics, whatever Kane has. But it doesn't seem like it's gonna work with him, because Improvise only affects one card unless the card actively says that it affects another. That's just no. It doesn't have. You don't have a reason for playing them together. You see what my problem is? Mostly because Jax doesn't even improvise. He auto-equips a weapon, and that weapon is stupid. It gives him quick attack, and when he levels up, it gives him overwhelm. Which you could just easily do without a weapon. Why did you need a weapon for that? It's pointless. Unless there's a card that's exclusively like, you can do this and that if this character has equipment on it. There's probably a lot now that I think about it. And the last thing, his level 2, this is my biggest problem, is so uninspired. It's literally attack, give me +1/+1 this round for every equipped ally that you have. Which, it doesn't do anything interesting with the concept of improvisation or equipment as a whole. It's just a flat buff, which can work, but not on a champion that's all about improvising, not about making big stats like Udyr. This one's about improvising. And in this case, it just doesn't work, I'm guessing. Of course, it hasn't been released day. I might be talking out of my ass for this entire video, but what I'm trying to say is, he seems like a bad champion. I just wanted to rant about that.